What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feel so nice.
What is up, guys? Listen, let's just go ahead and get into this because, listen, someone sent me this video, and so I was listening to it in the background earlier this morning, and I was debating whether I was going to talk about this because there was just a few moments, more than a few, honestly, when I was listening to Storm Monroe's commentary about this subject. It was really cringe. And this, listen, I don't care if Storm Monroe or anybody is gay. I don't care. But I just found some of the things that he was saying kind of odd. And this isn't even about that. I just wanted to talk about it because I felt uncomfortable. So if you listen to the entire commentary, and I will put the full video link in the description box, then you can listen to it too. You can let me know what you think because he was talking about him receiving a cease and desist letter from Tyler Perry Studios, how offended he was by it because he's like, look, I'm not the only one that talked about this. And I only was talking about what everyone else was talking about. And I can understand his aggravation and frustration in that too, because yeah, I'm not saying that everyone should receive a cease and desist letter, especially since these people are just either interviewing or talking about what is already out there. But also I can I can say that to me it was sounding like he was hinting that because this guy Braxton Wells was slated to do an interview with him, but he decided to go with Tasha K first and do an interview with her, and then he received a cease and desist, but he's saying other people didn't. To me, it was sounding like he was trying to imply that Tasha K was involved in it in some way, somehow, shape, or form because of what Braxton Wells said to him. And it sounds like he's trying to say that they're trying to set him up. I don't believe that to be the case, but everyone is entitled to feel however they feel. And I can understand if you get a cease and desist letter and you're like, look, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you coming at me? I could understand him feeling that way. But just some of the things that he was talking about, I just was like, who, if you're, I'm just going to say it like this. If you're a straight person, if you're a straight man, especially, who is knowing how gay guys link up and the lingo that they use and blah 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 and this and that and the other. I'm gonna play some of the interview so you can check it out so you can let me know maybe I'm wrong, maybe I heard some things that was just like, girl, you're reaching. And that's fine too. But I'm just saying what I was catching, it was just sounding like to me that he was trying to make it seem like Tasha K had something to do with it because Braxton Wells interviewed with her too. Now, I will say that when he interviewed with Tasha K, I actually did listen to that interview live on the app when it was happening. And although I did feel like he was somewhat of a victim, I wasn't sitting here saying that the man was a straight man that got RAPE'd by a gay man in the industry who had some influence and some leverage over him. I didn't really feel that way because I also feel like, and not even feel like, this is just a fact. You can be in a relationship with someone and that person violates you. It doesn't mean just because you're in a relationship with someone or if you've ever, consented to anything sexually with a person that it means that anytime a SCX act is involved, it means that you consented. That doesn't mean that. So I'm not sitting here saying that Braxton is straight or anything like that, but it doesn't matter if he was violated and he didn't consent and he was under the influence and the guy did what he did, it still is wrong. So I'm going to play some of this, guys, so that you can, check it out. Because like I said, I was listening to this earlier this morning and I was like, what? Hold up. But again, I just heard what I heard, and maybe I'm hearing something different. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comments, but let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So you can see my screen. Let's go ahead and get into it.
And the title of the video was Braxton Wells. He drugged me, violated me, and gave me herpes. Full interview on Tyler Perry Studios VP. This is Braxton Wells. He is an actor, okay? You guys have seen him in The Oval, where he did 2 episodes. That's a Tyler Perry studio production back in 2022. Latest thing you've seen him in was in Clean Slate in 2025, and he has credits that goes all the way back to 2019. So he is an actor. When he was on The Oval, his role was not that big. He was like a cult member. It says uncredited, so I don't know if that's like a SAG thing. I don't know what that means. But anyway, nonetheless, there he is right there. And I got another. Let me go to bam. And there he is right there. Y'all remember when he joined the show? Okay, so this gentleman by the name of Braxton Wells had alleged that the Tyler Perry Studios senior vice president by the name of Mark Swinton drugged him, raped him, and violated him, and gave him genital herpes. Point blank, period. That was the accusation. Okay, so originally, when Braxton first told his story, and speaking of that, I'll take y'all right to his Instagram. When Braxton first told his story, as y'all remember, with these videos right here, I was the one that broke it. Okay, so I simply broke it. I broke the story. I ain't adding nothing to it. These were Braxton words. These was not Storm's words. These were Braxton words. Don't y'all remember? Don't y'all remember? Okay. So I'm the one that broke it on YouTube, but nobody else talking about it on YouTube before me. And for anybody in the chat that's talking about Storm, why you always saying you broke a story? Storm, why you gotta tell us? Bitch, because I can, and bitch, because I want my credit. And if I gotta be the one to take the hits on the back end when somebody mad at me, I want the motherfucking credit on the good end too.
So pausing it right there. So you hear him saying he was the one that broke the story. Nobody else on YouTube was talking about it before he talked about it, so he wants his credit. Okay, so maybe, I don't know. But again, I feel like this goes to the fact that I feel like he's trying to imply that Tasha K had something to do with him receiving a cease and desist when other people did not. And I believe he's also trying to imply, well, why didn't she get a cease and desist? Maybe she did, and she didn't tell anybody. I don't know. But I also do know that she interviewed this guy and she did it on her app. So anyway, let's continue.
Now, okay, y'all might be like, damn, who is Mark Swinton? Who is Mark Swinton? Okay, so I'm gonna show you, right? Mark E. Swinton is the senior vice president at Tyler Perry Programming. Okay, he has been with Tyler Perry Studios for a long time. Okay, as you guys can see, this is straight from their website. There go a picture of him there. All right, it says he has worked in LA and Atlanta for the past 25 years, produced several of Tyler Perry's productions, The Oval, which is what Braxton was on, Sisters, Ruthless, Bruh, Young Dylan. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Okay. Then even when you Google him, Mark Swinton seems to be somewhat of like a private man. But well, yeah, let me double back. Mark definitely is a private man. He don't have much social media out there. It's not a whole lot you can find on him. So he moves like an old school private gay man. Point blank. That's just how he moves. But I found some videos of him and we looked at it last time and I want to just go back.
So you caught what he said. He moves like an old school private gay man. I'm I don't know if you caught that just now, but I just wanted to like put a little bookmark right there and let's continue. And yeah, I mean, you look at this photo and all three of them look sweet to me. But anyway, let's continue.
And just listen to him speak. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, just to confirm some things, you know. Let's just play this here. We're gonna be right back.
To be here with people who get it, people who understand that this world is what we make it, and that it takes all of us working together to do our part to make this world a better place. So I am incredibly inspired and humbled by your presence here today.
Now, I don't know how old that is, but he definitely looks like he was heavier whenever this was, because that image that Storm showed of the three of those guys in that picture, he didn't look like he was as hefty. But anyway.
I am a storyteller. I have spent my entire
I mean, look at that wide back. Okay.
Man got a big back.
Adult life
Lord.
in the theater, on television studios.
No shade.
Now, it's something for me to say wide back and then for him to say big back, but okay, let's go ahead.
In television studios and film studios, and definitely telling stories is what I do. But as I knew I was coming to speak here.
Okay. So is it safe to say most likely? Is it safe to say that most likely this is a gay man? Okay. My whole point of bringing all this up is that I was told from a little birdie more information on the real relationship between Braxton Wells and Mark Swinton. And they basically, allegedly, were in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying the grape did not happen, because you can be in a consensual relationship and still get graped. You understand? But from what I have been told, there are many parts of the story that Braxton is leaving out, parts of text messages that Braxton is purposely cropping out. So we don't know the full context of his and Mark's relationship. So y'all follow me, right? And even if you look at how Mark looked and you look at how Braxton looked, niggas like Mark love niggas like Braxton.
See, and that's the thing. When he started, because he just is starting this commentary, speaking like that, and I'm saying, well, what straight man knows something like that? Really? Because straight men aren't into men, so how do they know what gay men of a certain type are into other men of another type? Like, who would know that if you're not in that life, is what I'm saying. And again, I'm just asking the question. And the main reason why I'm doing it, especially with this, is because of the more explicit things he's about to go into. But I'm just gonna, yeah, let's just continue.
Y'all know old school, dark skinned, gay niggas, gay queen, what they call them queens back in the day, old school black, dark skinned gay queens in the community, right? Especially those that are overweight and unattractive, love light skinned niggas like Braxton.
What straight man what straight man knows that? What straight women even like really know that off the top of their head or the back of their hand, like Storm is talking about it. So to me, it's just like the y'all, I'm saying, and I swear I'm not trying to be messy, but I'm just calling it like I hear it and see it. Like, really?
They trick off on light skinned dudes like Braxton. They bomb Hellcats. They sign for them apartments. I'm just saying. Now, sometimes the dark skin one is the top, and sometimes the dark skin one is the bottom. There's a
See, what straight man is talking like that?
lot of we just keeping it real. There's a lot of dark skinned bottoms, especially out there in Atlanta, that they got their credit fucked up by light skinned long dick trade. And
How you, girls, ladies, gentlemen, I'm saying, I'm trying not to keep pausing, but let's just continue. As you listen to this, just comment as you're listening to this to let me know if you're picking up what he's putting down, because that's what I'm saying. It was just like, as I was listening to this, I was cringing because I was like, ain't no way in the world. My husband is 100% straight and he never talks like this. They may say, oh, that dude is gay, but that's about it. All of this extra additional information and the details and the what they're attracted to and what they buy for them and bottom this and top that and trade. I have never in my life heard a straight man and speak like this ever. Most of them would say if they hear it, what is that? And I know now with the with the joke about TD Jakes being a power bottom, that rumor that came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, you hear more people saying the bottom thing and swallowed up, but that's more of like a joke. It's not lingo that they know.
the trade usually look a little something like a Braxton Wells, a Christian Keys, a Sky Black, that kind of look.
Who is Sky Black? I don't even know who that is, but anyway.
We just telling the truth. Listen, if you got kids in the room, get them out the room, because we got to break it all down. Gay niggas love niggas that look like this. Right. Iggy Green said, where's the lie? Where's the lie? We telling the truth. Look, Exoticals, thank you.
That might be true, but again, why is that a truth that you even know?
I got plenty of gay friends. They fight over light-skinned, brown-skinned dudes, especially if they have like curly hair. A lot of times in the gay community, you will see a couple and it's a dark-skinned black dude with like some kind of Latin dude, an Afro-Latin. Or
see, this is just too much detail for somebody who claims that they just have some friends that are in the gay community. Oh my God. They just have some friends that are in the gay community. You got a whole lot of information for some so-called, you got a bunch of friends that are in the gay community, but you're not. And you know all this information. I'm just saying, because even let's be real, guys. We know we are way past the halfway mark of 2025. We get that. But even in this day and time, you do not hear straight men, especially, you do not hear straight men that are talking about how openly they have a bunch of gay friends, and then they're giving explicit details about what they do and who they like and who they don't like and what they're attracted to and what that's not happening, guys. It's not. You're still hard pressed to find straight men, like completely 100% straight men that are comfortable saying that they have a gay friend. That's just the real of it. It may not be fair, it may not be right, it may not be it may, be discriminatory or whatever, but that's just the real of it all, because most straight men don't want anyone to affiliate them with being that because they're not. So they feel that if they are connected to it, even in a friendship way, they can't do it because they don't want anyone to believe that they are in that life as well. Storm is just really giving some explicit details about what the gays are into, but he's claiming he's not one of them. It's giving Larry Reed vibes. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's continue.
But light eyes, good quote unquote good hair, light skin, thin abs, thin but thick in the booty, they go crazy for that. They go crazy for that. All right.
Ciao.
Now, that being said, okay, we got some more pictures of Mark and Tyler. All right, and I mean, do I need to say any more? I think y'all got the point. Okay, I think I got the point. So let's move along and let's get into this cease and desist. Okay, it says, to whom it may concern. First off, it was sent via email. They put both emails on there. Okay, it says, to whom it may concern. We represent Mark Swinton. This letter serves as a cease and desist demand regarding false and defamatory statements made by you regarding Mr. Swinton. If you are represented by counsel, please forward this letter and ask your attorney immediately contact me regarding the matter set forth herein. We have been informed that you are currently making and or perpetrating demonstrably, damn, that word messing me up, false, defamatory, and disparaging remarks about Mark Swinton in material posted on YouTube under the name Storm Monroe. These materials include the following videos, and it named the 3 videos, okay? Bada boom, bada bang. Now, mind you, wait a minute. The first video where it says BET's Oval actor Braxton Wells outs Echo a Goose at Tyler Perry Studios, they covered it up. I was just reposting what Braxton said. I was literally just reposting from Instagram to YouTube. Those ain't my words, those are Braxton's words. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out, number one, why they not coming for Braxton, especially after they gave him a settlement. We're going to get into that.
And that is true. I mean, he was just basically using the words that Braxton Wells used. So yeah, I don't think that it's fair that they come after him. And listen, I'm not sitting here saying that it's cool or fair that they came after him. I'm not. I don't want them to go after anyone. If they're going to go after anyone, go after Braxton, because he was the one that allegedly signed an NDA and he's out here speaking about it. So why are you going after the people that are talking about what he said? I don't think that's fair. I don't.
Especially after Braxton signed an NDA that he is technically breaking. We're going to get into that. But why are they not serving him anything? Number one. Number two, it seems as if I am the only one that has received a cease and desist. So why, out of all the publications that have talked about this story on Instagram and YouTube and everything else, why is Storm the only one that has received a cease and desist? Because everybody did not receive it. They may have served him too. I don't know. But why they didn't serve TMZ? Why they didn't serve Yahoo.com? I went and did the screenshots. I found 40 other YouTube channels talking about the exact same story. You said someone else got served? Everybody didn't get served. I contacted at least 2 bloggers that I know that did not get served. If anybody else got served, y'all let me know. But this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, especially when it was not Storm's problem. We simply talk about the news. Morad just did a story today. Why is it always coming to Storm? That's what I don't understand. They said, you said you broke the story first, so maybe that's why you got served. But I wasn't the biggest. Oh, hold up. We're going to get into that too, about Tasha K, because he actually did the exclusive interview over there. All right.
So now he's about to go into the Tasha K bit of it all. So let's go ahead.
So now, there's that. Hold on, I'm going to read y'all the rest. Hold on. Let me find the second page of the cease and desist. Okay. And okay, let's go back. All right, cool. Second page. It says it says that you stated that Braxton was raped and or sexually assaulted by Swinton. This is false. You are at best perpetuating a fake story that could expose you to significant liability and damages. We demand that you immediately remove or edit the above referenced video and any other similar videos immediately. Cease and desist the use of Mr. Swinton's name and image in connection to your video, and cease and desist any further suggestion that Mr. Swinton engaged in any criminal conduct against Mr. Wells. Okay, and then it said they gave me 2 days to remove the videos. If I don't, I'm at risk of legal remedies. They could obtain a court order, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So that's what it was. So boom, as soon as I got that cease and desist, I think I actually hit up Essie first because we was already talking about something else. But then I texted Braxton. I said, I got a cease and desist, sir. Did you get one too? Like, what's up? And I sent a copy to him too. So I'm gonna keep it real in case you want to post that. I sent a copy of it to him too. And Braxton was like, no, I didn't get one. But don't worry about it though. And then Braxton proceeds to call me, and lists all these laws, and he says they broke and how I'm protected, even though Braxton is not an attorney. Okay. And Braxton, from my opinion, I don't feel like he really read this settlement that he got, but we're gonna get into that a little later. Okay. But he's trying to give me advice. And he goes, yeah, I did. And then he goes, because we was on the phone, and then he goes, well, hey, don't worry about it. If they take you to court, then they'll have to subpoena me and just have them subpoena me. And I sat back and said, wait a minute. Because I went and checked Tasha K's YouTube page. I didn't see the video on there. Now, I don't know if he originally did the video on her website or the YouTube channel or what, but I didn't see it. So anyway, I said, damn, okay, I think she took us down. But anyway.
And that's not true. She did not have the interview on her YouTube channel. And I will say maybe yet, because here recently, I believe what she has been doing is the majority of her interviews, exclusives, she does on her app. And if she chooses to, she'll release it on the YouTube channel later. Like she just recently on Friday released the interview that she did with Lene Stone, who was the woman that exposed Umar Johnson. She actually interviewed Lene Stone before, I believe, anyone else besides Lennon Honor did on YouTube, because Lennon Honor has been on Umar Johnson's neck for a whole lot of years. So that's who Umar Johnson was called, Dr. Bussy, when he did the video talking about the woman that looked, that had the fishy coochie and Dr. Bussy. So Tasha K just released that interview on YouTube. She did that interview on her app, I want to say almost 3 weeks ago. So she did that interview with that woman before Storm Monroe did on YouTube. So, with that being said, what he is, I feel like trying to imply is that Braxton is up to some fishy business and telling him, oh, well, if they take you to court, they'll have, subpoena me because then I'll be your witness or whatever. But why are they only coming after me, Storm Monroe, but they're not going after other bigger content creators on YouTube like Tasha K? And that's where I feel like he was trying to imply that maybe they're in cahoots and they had something to do with a cease and desist being sent to him. And I don't believe that to be the case, but I'll continue here for a little bit.
I said, am I being used so Braxton can have another date in court with Mark? Because remember when Braxton came on the show, right? He clicked the link. Matter of fact, let me just tell the story of Braxton coming on the show while we had it. Shit. Let's just get into it. Damn, I had to find those texts. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, so while we got that there, because I put that text up too. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Bam, there we go. So Braxton first started talking about his situation with Mark, his allegations, July 5th, 2025. Okay. Then he started really making videos July 6th, 2025. So July 5th, July 6th, I caught those videos, right? I started reposting them. I hit him up in the DM right away, as y'all see at 12:18 p.m. I said, hey, Braxton, this is Storm. I got your number saved. I got his number from the DM. He said, I got you. So we were supposed to do an interview sometime on the 7th or the 8th. Sometime on the 7th or the 8th, we were supposed to do an interview. But when the 7th came, was the 7th, because I said, are we good for the day? On the 7th, I hit him up. I said, hey, are we still good for the day? He said, hey, I'm sorry, I forgot to contact you. I'll be on with this lady. I'm sorry, I forgot to contact you. It starts at 4:30, and he sent me Tasha K's YouTube page. So I said, okay, Tasha K got the exclusive. That's where he wants to, tell his story first. So after he did that, since she got the exclusive, I said, okay, that's no problem. Is this an exclusive interview with her? He said,
and that was her Instagram. That was not her YouTube. But let's continue.
Yes. I said, okay, gotcha. I'll be tuning in. Have a good one. I left it at that. I forgot all. When I tell you, I let that nigga go when he said he gave the exclusive to her. I said, okay, cool. All right, I'll catch the repost, and I'm still gonna talk about it. So as you guys know, and y'all tell me in the chat, did they go live on YouTube or did they go live on her website? I'm not gonna go pay for her website, but let me know because I could not find a video on her YouTube page. But maybe it's mixed in with like other topics, and I'm just missing it. Y'all let me know in the chat. Okay, so then moving along from that. Hold up, I'm gonna find it. Boom. Okay, so as y'all remember, July 7th, that night, I went ahead and went live just talking about the situation. I wasn't expecting Braxton to hit the link. I wasn't expecting for him to jump in the chat. I wasn't, listen, I was not expecting it. Okay, you said probably on the website, probably. So y'all remember we was going live, we was doing our thing, we was talking, boom, Braxton hit the link. I did an impromptu interview, and then here we are today, okay? That interview went up, I copy-pasted, I chopped it up. Oh, hold up. Okay. I chopped it up, put it back up, it ran the numbers up, all right? And so as you guys know, at the end of the day, I'm human like anybody else. And when you hear these stories and when you're talking to these people, just like it's traumatic for them, I take on some of that energy too. So as Braxton was telling his story, I started to physically feel sad, feel depressed, get hot. I'm like, damn, this really happened to you? And I'm not just even thinking about him. I'm thinking about the fact that, this could happen to me. This could happen to anybody, because we're in an industry where networking is anything, but you can go to any event. Somebody slips some in your drink. They slip some in your soda. They slip some in your water, and they take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? We've heard these stories in the industry time and time again. And so I resonated with him. And so for me to do this interview, a month later, I'm getting a cease and desist, and they coming at me. I really started to stress the fuck out. I'm gonna keep it real. Because I'm like, oh, Lord, not again. Not again. Why do you always...
So again, I really feel like I'm not saying he didn't have a right to feel some type of way about receiving the cease and desist when especially there are other bigger outlets like TMZ and others that had talked about it. But I don't believe those other bigger outlets interviewed him like Tasha K did. So I really feel like he was feeling some type of way that he thought he had already solidified the interview, the exclusive with him first. And he decided to go with Tasha K, and he actually let him know that. Like, he literally responded. He could have ghosted him and not said anything or just responded later after he did the interview. He let Storm know up front, oh, no, I'm sorry, I meant to message you, but I'm going to go and, do it with this lady first. And then he sent Storm a screenshot of Tasha K's Instagram. So after, he did his own thing and then the guy hit the link and came on, and this was after he did the interview with Tasha K, and then he, receives a cease and desist letter. Now he's feeling like, oh, okay. Now I think he and Tasha K are in cahoots to possibly try to take me down, especially when he says, hey, if you go to court, just, subpoena me and then I'll come in and I'll tell him what's up. And so now he's thinking so much more into it than it actually is. I don't know why they chose to send him a cease and desist. It's possible that they sent other people cease and desist letters. Hell, they may have even sent Tasha K one, but Tasha K did not have that interview on YouTube. It was always on her app. And so, with that being said, I really feel like he was just putting 20 on 10 when it came to Tasha K, because he was feeling maybe a little bit salty that she got the exclusive before he did. And now it's like, scratching the side of his head. Now they're trying to come at me because but I don't think it has anything to do with Tasha K. I really don't. All right.
Honestly. And I had to be calmed down. Like, I'm on the phone for hours to calm down and just to breathe and to know that it's going to be okay. But the fact that I continue to be targeted, I can't deal with that no more. Something's got to change. So now, with that being said, let's move on. I sat back after everything and I said, damn, what made these niggas that mad? And what made them that mad at me, right? Now, keep in mind, Braxton made mention of this night here. Hold on, SF, I'm going to bring up the thing right now. Okay. Braxton made mention of this night, January 6, 2022, when he alleges that the grape happened, all right? According to Braxton, him and Mark went out drinking. They went back to Mark's house. They had another drink. Braxton started to feel funny according to him. And when he woke up, he had these Apple Pays, $3,980, okay? And when he went to go take a shower, he had some blood on the towel, according to Braxton. And when Braxton asked Mark what happened, Mark told him they had sex. Braxton claims he did not want to go to a hospital in Atlanta because he was with the VA and he's a veteran. He waited until he got back to California a couple days later to go to the doctor. And eventually he said he tested positive for herpes and sued later. And here we are, right? Now, when Braxton shows this text on his...
Storm, hold up. I have to say something, Storm, so they'll know. Okay, you guys, Storm is explaining a lot of things right now, but I really have to say he's calmer than he was these last couple of days. Storm was emotional. He was upset. And the person...
Braxton woke up on January 7th. He had these Apple Pays, right? But he only shows the 3,000, the 980. Don't forget to pay her today. I won't. What he doesn't show is this last part. He said, I had a good time last night. Why would you ever say I had a good time last night if you had been raped?
Hold up. And Storm, let me ask you, if you have any children in the room, this is the time to remove them out because it's getting ready to get ugly. Now, I researched it myself. He said that he wiped the stuff. He had blood on the towel. Blood would have been on the sheets and everything else. But how do we know you didn't have hemorrhoids? Okay, so tell me, Storm, if a man is violated of that magnitude and you are that raped, as you say, what would happen? What would be going on? What would?
Well, I went to Chat GPT, okay, and because why not ask Chat GPT?
Okay.
And wait, I literally had to put in first time bottoming advice, so to learn.
Who does that? Who goes to Chat GPT to find out what happens when a man is violated? I'll just put it like that. I don't even want to use the word bottoming. And then again, what straight man even speaks like that and would know to go to Chat GPT, or would he? Oh my God, this is a lot. Let's just continue, guys, because he's saying he went to Chat GPT to find out what happens to a man when they are penetrated for the first time by another man.
About this, so y'all, I'm dedicated. Okay, it says I asked if a man who has never bottomed was raped, would he be able to wait 2 days to go to the doctor? It says if a man who has never bottomed received anal penetration was raped, he should not wait 2 days to go to the doctor because of potential HIV exposing, STI prevention and treatment, injury assessment. Anal rape, especially in someone with no prior penetration experience, would cause tearing, bleeding, and internal damage. Early treatment reduces risk of infection and long-term complications. Now, when I first did that interview, my homeboy that live in LA, I ain't gonna say his name, but he is gay. And I don't know if he's a bottom or not, but I'm assuming, but I may be wrong. Anyway, he said, I don't believe this because if Braxton had been eating the night before, if he works out, if he eats a lot of protein, if he had not prepared to take anything, it would have been a shitty mess the next day.
Now, this is disgusting. Now, I'm going to stop it there. I'm just going to put the full video link in the description box if you want to go and check it out, guys, because it's gross. But again, he's saying I had to go to Chat GPT. I put this in. I contacted my gay homeboy. I'm sorry. I don't even believe he had to. He may have put that in Chat GPT, but he knew the right questions to ask. And I don't believe he had to ask his homeboy who's gay what happens if, and this and that and the other, and when and what and how and who, and oh my God, it's a lot. I'm just saying, guys, this is a crappy mess, no pun intended. Look, I don't wish for anybody to get cease and desist letters, especially when they're not going after the bigger outlets like TMZ and, the others that talked about the story, because it's not just people on YouTube who talked about what Braxton Wells had to say. And again, they're just talking about what Braxton Wells had to say. Why haven't they gone after Braxton himself, especially if he signed an agreement, a settlement agreement? I wouldn't even say really an NDA, but if he got a payment, then that sounds like he would have signed a settlement agreement. And in that settlement agreement, there would have been some language in there to discuss what he is and isn't able to discuss publicly or whatever. So why go after Storm again? But the fact that he's hinting that possibly Tasha K was involved in some way and had something to do with it, I don't believe she did. And like I said, who knows? She may have gotten a cease and desist and just chose not to talk about it. Why does she have to come out here and say every time she gets something? She does say she gets them a lot from people. She doesn't just talk about it all the time. But I don't believe that she had anything to do with it. I don't believe that he was in cahoots with Tasha to give her the exclusive and then decide to, yeah, I see that Storm is live. Why don't you go in there in his chat and see if he'll bring you up and then you can talk with him and blah, blah. I don't believe that. It sounds like he was insinuating that, but again, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to say that he actually indeed was doing that, but that's just what the appearance seems like. And also all the stuff about, this is what happens when you're gay and you get bottomed or whatever. Like, what? I don't know any straight men that talk like that or discuss that or would even know that. And I don't even know any straight men that have a bunch of gay friends and they're not in that life to some degree as well. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share some of that. This went a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I just want to get your thoughts. So please let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and I'm going to say bye.